Photo by Stacy Revere, Getty Images, Los Angeles Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers have had the luxury of having the greatest pitcher on the planet headline the rotation the last decade, who is also going to go down as one of the most dominant pitchers in his prime. From 2011 to 2016, Clayton Kershaw was nothing short of dominant and put together one of the most impressive six-year stretches in MLB history. In that time frame, Kershaw won 3 Cy Youngs, an MVP, was a 6-time All-Star and had a collective 2.06 ERA and 1421 strikeouts. It is the last year in that span, 2016, where the problems started to hit Kershaw that have followed him into the 2019 season. Kershaw has been injury-prone and has not made 30 starts the last 3 seasons. He still has made 74 starts the last 3 years, which certainly is not as low as some Dodger fans may think, but his health has impacted his performance and most importantly, his velocity. A 30-year-old Kershaw seems like he is 37 because of the injuries he has sustained the last 3 years. He has still been great. He finished second in Cy Young voting in 2017 and battled back with a great second half to post a 2.73 ERA in 2018. The problem is that fans have recency bias, and to many, the ship has probably sailed on Kershaw being the best pitcher in the game. I guarantee there are fans out there that are assured that Kershaw will never win a Cy Young again. Those fans are wrong. Not only is Kershaw due for another Cy Young, but he could also be due for one in 2019. Here are 3 reasons why Kershaw is going to have a great bounce-back 2019 season. Next, not that old, yeah no. Page 2, photo by Justin Casterline, Getty Images, Los Angeles Dodgers. We already alluded to this in the last slide about Kershaw being a 30-year-old pitcher that feels like he is 37. That is a fair assessment for Kershaw. Because of the injuries and the drastic dip in velocity, it feels as if we are nearing the end of his dominance. These are the same signs we see from older pitchers when they start to regress. Thus, it is only fair to make the same connections when Kershaw shows the same kind of regressions. However, the difference with Kershaw is that he is still only 30 years old, and we get so caught up on his reduced fastball velocity and injury history that we forget that he still has a lot in the tank, especially for a pitcher. Some of the greatest pitchers ever threw their best baseball after the age of 30. Randy Johnson was electric in his later years. Roger Clemens had 4 Cy Youngs after the age of 34. Heck, the pitcher that has gone toe-to-toe with Kershaw the last several years, Max Scherzer, is 34 years old. Kershaw was so elite at such a young age, which is hard to come by, that it is hard to imagine him still potentially having 10 years of productive baseball left in the tank. If he was 34 or 35 and was showing these signs, that would be one thing. However, at 30, he is just entering the cusp of his athletic prime and has plenty left in the tank. Page 3. Use your arrows to browse. Photo by Harry Howe, Getty Images. Los Angeles Dodgers will never admit it, but sometimes the pressure does get to Clayton Kershaw. Why else would he fold in these certain playoff moments, but in other playoff moments thrive like the great pitcher that he is? It does not happen all the time, but there are times that the pressure can get to him. There is no more pressure in the regular season than being the ace and being the guy responsible for the team winning a game every 5 days. The pitching has been what has made the Dodgers so great the last 6 years, and a large part of that is indeed Kershaw. Like we saw with Zack Greinke in 2015, having another great pitcher behind Kershaw that can go toe-to-toe with him production-wise and pick up the team after Kershaw had a bad night is huge. Walker Buehler has already proven that he deserves that second spot and even outpitched Kershaw down the stretch. He will fit in nicely in that second spot, and his continued success will make Kershaw want to be better. It sounds trivial and I totally get it, but just look at the past. Greinke obviously had an impact on Kershaw, and it was even apparent in 2018. Kershaw went out and gave arguably his greatest postseason start ever against the Atlanta Braves in the NLDS after Hyun-Jin Ryu set the table and dazzled in Game 1. Next, more help in the back end. Use your arrows to browse